are you? Welcome to the Curious Mind of Raquel Carter. I am your favorite mermaid mystic. So today's video, I'm going to briefly interject because I had loads of people wanting me to do an update on the Blake Lively. Apparently loads of information's coming out and there's loads to decipher. And I thought, well, what better way than we'll put Anne of Boleyn on hold and pause until tomorrow, and I'll go ahead and do a little reading right quickly. Let's see what comes in from the spirit realm, okay? So remember, darlings, these are not my opinions, or are they fact, but merely what I'm picking up from the psychic realm, okay? So firstly, immediately I was making tea, and an immediate thought came in was that Blake actually loves that this is happening for her. Now, as twisted and somewhat of a skeptical of a fish, right? It seems that why would someone honestly enjoy this type of attention? It stems back to even when children are little, okay? They would rather have negative attention than no attention at all, right? And so very clearly it came in that Blake actually enjoys this because she is now finally receiving status, more popularity than her husband, and she actually really thoroughly enjoys it. Now, I do believe that she is, once again, this was something that I picked up in the prior video, in the prior reading, was that she is withholding loads of information. She might have information that she has not unloaded yet, and she is, I'm hearing smoking gun, okay? She's more of a reserved person, but push come to shove and you back her in a corner, she's going to eventually blow, okay? And I feel as though this is going to happen at the trial. And the reason, and I predicted this in the first video when this began, the story first began, is that she will fight to the bitter end because she really, she's stubborn. I know many people have said, oh, she's a narcissist. That's not to say I'm not necessarily picking up extreme narcissism. I do feel as though there is because I keep seeing, every time I see her, I continually see Ryan using her like a puppet on a string. And she is appearing as though she is a narcissist. But I do believe it is the encouragement behind her denial in facing the truth and acknowledging the things that are actually appearing in her life, because she's the kind of woman that if I'm in her energy, she has never known what it is to be on her own. For example, like alone on this ship out to sea. She has always had someone to cover for her, take up for her, rally for her, battle for her, all of these things, okay? So she does appreciate that from her husband currently, and she does feel as though she is protected because he is very much in her ear consistently. Behind closed doors, there is massive friction behind closed doors, a battling of the egos, and I feel as though Ryan, being in his energy, he is really feels that as though he is taking the hit for her, and this is going to be a major crisis in their marriage after everything is said and done, because they will lose the case. Baldoni will win with a landslide for the case, and he will also receive tenfold his money back. This is also going to put him like on the map for other movies. He's going to get loads more in the industry. It's going to really elevate his character, but it will actually diminish Ryan and Blake's character, which it seems like, oh yeah, Raquel, that's obvious. Like, of course that's going to happen, you know. But you would be surprised, okay, darlings? You would be surprised that sometimes when things are happening in such a nature, that things will be brushed under the rug and things will go back to normal, seemingly normal. I still, as in the first prediction, I predicted that they would be, they will have loads of discord within their marriage. Behind closed doors, they're having that right now, they're going at each other's throat, but they need a united front. Exactly the same thing that I picked up previous in the other video. But he feels as though his character is being assassinated quite more than Blake's. However, which is true to a degree, but not completely, okay? Because people are looking at them as a pair. They're looking at them as a pair. So when you see one, you see the other. However, he's seeing it as, you're ruining my reputation, and she's seeing it more so as, she still has a sense of feeling as though she's a victim, and she's trying to talk herself out of what actually is occurring in the public. However, when she's alone and private, she does start to contemplate those things of like, oh, this is not good, right? But he is in her ear constantly telling her, you know, no, this is what we're doing. So I see him very much, I see a, you know, like a little dustpan, you know, obviously I always see it in a Victorian dusting pan. And you know, like when you go to fine restaurants, darling, and after they serve the bread and they take the little silver thing and they'll dust up, or sometimes they'll do it with a, you know, a long butter knife or something like that, but they'll dust up the crumbs and everything. This is what I see Ryan doing. He is making her feel as though, I'm having to clean your messes up, darling. You know, but he's not calling her darling. Don't get it twisted. She's getting a wrath behind closed doors. I'm not saying she's a victim, but what I am saying is, after everything's said and done, that I do feel as though, the same as in the first video, they will end up moving. I'm feeling Spain. They will move somewhere. At least they will purchase a home if they don't already have one in another country. And they will eventually divorce, but it won't be for a while, because it's going to take quite a few years. I'm seeing 3 years maybe, because she's thinking the children, all of that, you know, united front, that sort of thing. But I think what will break them ultimately up would not be this. Now, this is fracturing their relationship quite a bit. But what will actually break them up is through the trial and everything, she's going to discover or have to face that he is an adulterer. I'm not saying that she hasn't, you know, committed adultery in the relationship. I'm not feeling as though she has. Maybe emotional affairs and that sort of thing. But I do feel as though he is perpetually, he has had affairs. It's going to leak. This will ultimately cause her to have to face the music. And this is what will ultimately divide them at the end. He has a decent amount of money, doesn't he? Doesn't he do like some telephone thing or something? He has some kind of equity, or I'm seeing equity in like I know it's not T-Mobile, but there's some kind of, is it Mint Phone? Is that what I'm thinking of? Because I know I've seen the YouTube videos. But he has assets in that, does he not? Yeah, they're going to have to dig deep into the pockets, because Baldoni's going to walk away very, very successful. Very successful. Financially, And character-wise, everyone is going to just all hail to Justin. You know, they're already doing it, but I can also see the Colleen Hoover ladies coming in to be, she's coming in. Yeah, she's going to, she will eventually go back to completely being, oh God, I really see her really losing nearly all of her money, all the money she's accumulated. I think she'll get desperate towards the end and try to sell off maybe the books or something, and hoping that she can redeem herself, but it'll be for a small amounts, you know, like 500,000 or something like that. Like, she's not going to be able to get the movies made at the capacity that she was looking forward to. And her fame will just absolutely dwindle in. Sort of, she'll become more like a, do you remember the lady Rachel Hollis, and how all of that happened with her career and it just went down the tubes? Okay, down the toilet. Yeah, the toilet. This is what's going to happen to the Colleen Hoover. Yeah, she's going to lose nearly all of her money. I mean, she's not going to be, you know, destitute or anything. Yeah, confirmation. She's not going to be destitute or anything of that nature, but she is going to not live high on the hog like she was going to or planning to. No more, you know, being with people that are in the business and these famous people. It's not going to happen. No. All of her demons from childhood, everything that she wrote in the books, will come to haunt her. Yeah, this is what I'm receiving. And is there anything else, Spirit? Okay, let's ask Spirit about, because somebody said something about the Taylor Swift. What's coming in with Taylor Swift? Okay, didn't they say that she was subpoenaed or something of that nature? I think they did, didn't they? I didn't look it up because I wanted to keep a fresh mindset, so I don't want to look on the computer about anything. Obviously, I read the comments. I'm not, you know, I'm not daft, darlings, but yeah. So I don't know exactly what's going on. But I'm telling you, this is what's going to happen. Yeah, the trial, oh my goodness. Okay, so like I said, Blake has a smoking gun of some sort, and I don't know what it is because I just keep seeing like this, you know, like a Victorian lady with like one of those little tiny pistols. Oh, I'm seeing like a Bonnie and Clyde kind of thing. So, oh, is that how she feels about her and her husband, Ryan? She sort of feels like they're, you know, a modern day movie of Bonnie and Clyde. Really? Really? Yeah, exactly what I was feeling. She loves this because she is now more popular than her husband. She doesn't care that it's negative. She's just like, yeah, I'm more popular, I'm more famous than Ryan now. And now I'm more famous than Ryan. And I don't care how I got there because it's time I get my, I mean, she's in the limelight. She loves it. She loves it. She has loads of self-worth issues. Loads of self-worth issues. Didn't she have a nose job or something? She had a nose. Oh. Oh, okay, so something else that's coming in is she doesn't know how broke they're going or they're going to be. I think Ryan's hiding that from her, or the potential. Don't be surprised if they have other homes, if they've got other homes in California. Do they? I don't know. Don't be surprised if they start to go on the market because they're going to have to start selling off assets. I know it sounds as though like, how could that possibly be, because they've got so much money, you know? But honey and darling, when you're looking at millions upon millions upon millions of dollars, you only have one. I mean, it goes. I mean, when someone's looking at, you know, a mortgage payment of, you know, $600, well, theirs is, you know, 60,000 a month, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, so you have to understand that when you're dealing in more money, that means more things, more amounts, loads more money is going out. And there's so many people to be paid. There's so many people that they've been paying off to try and wiggle their way out of this. But I'm seeing the plantation. Oh, I wonder if they go, you know, didn't they get married at a plantation? Because I'm seeing a white house, a plantation. Didn't it? Okay, so the place that they got married, did I see that they owned that, or it came to be that they have ownership of that plantation, and that's one of the reasons why they got that? Don't be surprised if Blake they will go there and retreat for, you know, like a vacation or something like that, out of the limelight once this is over. Okay, so what's going on with the Taylor Swift though? How's that going to pan out? I'm hearing rift. It's going to be another friendship that just takes a piss, you know, takes a piss. That's what I'm hearing, takes a piss. It takes a piss. Yeah, but isn't she the godmother of the children? Yeah, but Taylor doesn't care. Oh, she feels as though in Taylor's energy, Taylor feels as though she just gave me that title anyway because I'm wealthy. It was sort of like, she says, I don't feel as though, Taylor doesn't feel as though she did it with the most heartwarming, deepest, genuine desire. She did it because I'm a billionaire. That's why she did it. So hoping that, you know, my children will be protected. They'll always have money if they're you know, godmommy, you know, is in their care, which I do believe Taylor does have them in a will or a trust of some sort, you know, maybe to pay for their education, or, you know, if they wanted to go to, you know, take dance at the, like the best school in the country, the best school in the country or something of that nature. She will pay for those, because I do feel that the children are in a trust for that. But as far as the friendship and all of that, I think that will just kind of fizzle out, is what I'm hearing. Fizzle. Yeah. Is that all, Spirit? That is all. Thank you. Toodle pip.